Hello, Professor and class. Today I'm going to discuss solving linear equations by substitution, and I'm going to also do a second part where you solve linear equations by elimination. So the first problem I'm going to do is y equals 2x and y equals x plus 5. And we want to solve for x and y. Okay, so I first wanted to solve for x. And the problem that I used was the second one, which is y equals x plus 5, right? So in the place of y, I put 2x because, as you can see up here, y equals 2x. So I use 2x equals x plus 5, which is this problem right directly up here. And what I did was I took away x on both sides because I want to try to get y by itself, and I want to get x by itself. So I took away x on both sides, minus x and minus 1x, right? 2x minus 1x leaves me with x equals 5. So x, I took an x away from here, and I took an x away from here, and it left me with x equals 5. Then I used the same problem, y equals x plus 5, and I plugged it in. I plugged in x. Right, so I have y equals x is equal to 5, so I plugged in 5, and I had a 5 plus 5, y equals 10, because 5 plus 5 equals 10. So now I have my x and my y. X is 5, and y is 10. So I would plug those two in on a graph on the x and y axis. And how to check it is if you look at y equals 2x, I put in the place of y, I put 10 equals 2 times 5. 10 equals 10. And if I use this problem, y equals x plus 5, I put in the place of y, I put 10 equals, in the place of x, I put 5 plus 5. And they both equal out 10 equals 10. So this is how you check your answer for that. For the next one, solving equations by elimination, with this one, what you want to do is you want to get an equation, and you want to the first step is to make sure that they line up, and the second step is to add them up, right? So we have two separate equations. I'm using 2x plus 5y equals 11, and I'm using 3x minus 5y equals 4, okay? So what I did was I want to get x by itself, or I want to get y by itself. So this way I can solve for either x or y. So I lined them up and I added them. So as you can see here, this problem easily cancels out because you have a positive x and you have a negative x. I mean a positive y and a negative y, I'm sorry. So this easily cancels out. So we have a 3x plus a 2x plus a 3x, okay? 2x plus 3x gives us 5x. 11 plus 4 gives us 15. So now we're going to get x by it. We want to get x by itself, so we cancel out the 5's on both sides. X equals 15. If we cancel it out, 15 divided by 5 is going to give me 3. And this is how I get my x equals 3. Now I'm going to plug in for x using any equation. So I can use either one of these equations, 2x plus 5y, right, to get y. So I'm going to use the top one, which is 2x plus 5y equals 11. 2, in the place of the x, I'm going to put 3 plus 5y equals 11. 2 times 3 gives me 6. I'm going to bring down my 5y equals 11, okay? Then I want to cancel out my 6 so I can get y by itself. So I'm going to cancel out 6 on both sides, and I'm going to bring down 5y. Okay, I'm going to also bring down 11 minus 6 gives me 5. Now I want to get y by itself. So I'm going to cancel out the 5 on both sides, and y is going to give me 1. So my x and y axis for this one is going to be 3. X is going to be 3 and y is going to be 1. And how I would check it is I would take the top equation, which is 2x plus 5y equals 11, and I will plug in for x. So 2 The x is 3 plus 5, the y is 1 equals 11. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 5 times 1 is 5 equals 11. Okay, and that's the same thing as the one on top. And if I'm using the second equation, which is 3x minus 5y equals 4, I'm going to plug in for y and x. So 3 times 3, which is the x, minus 1 times 1 equals 4. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 5 equals 4. And that's how I would check, and this is how you would solve linear equations by elimination. Thank you and have a good day.